this is really, really powerful. And I want you to kind of be thinking as you're listening to this, who do you know that struggles with some of the things that this is helping with, as far as like sugar situations in their blood, stuff that I won't say out loud really. But she's going to be able to share some of the stuff that she experienced testing this, and just really what happened. So Angela, will you please tell us about your experience?
Of course. So I was blessed enough to be invited to Utah in the beginning of August to be part of this beta program where they wanted us all to get a chance to try it before they launched it to the whole company. So when they told us, come on out and see, I had no idea what I was going for. I just trusted them and said, I know what they've done before has been amazing and changed so many lives, that whatever it is that they've got up their sleeve, if they're asking us to come out and fly out to Utah and see it in person and sign an NDA for it, this has got to be huge. So when they first told us about it, my mouth kind of dropped open. And I think I was just like, I kind of didn't even understand it. And if you guys don't know what we're talking about, we have a sugar transforming and it transfers everything to fiber, right? So your glucose that you would normally have, make your blood sugars all over the place. It changes the glucose to fiber. And I am no scientist. I'm no doctor. I don't even understand how it all works. But all I know is when I heard what they said, I knew enough to say, holy cow, is that even possible? Is this even possible in real life? Like, that doesn't make any sense that could work. So they sent us all home. They educated us a little bit, sent us all home with instructions on how to take it. I ended up getting one of those monitors that you put on your arm so that I could really test it out, because I did take it a couple days. I did the finger pricking thing, and I just felt like it was hard to like keep track of, right? So I got the monitor. I calibrated it for about 2-3 days, probably, didn't do anything out of the norm, just let it sit on my arm, watched it for, I actually want to say it was a full 3 days. Now I'm going to take it back a little bit. When I was 16 years old, and then again, when I was 18, I passed out from having low blood sugars. So I've always known I'm a little bit on the hypoglycemic kind of end of things. I've always had low blood sugar. I get really nauseous. I get hangry. I get emotional. And I'm sure that's a lot of people just, oh, she's hangry or she's emotional or whatever. Oh, feed her, it's like, it truly does do that to us. Our bodies will basically want to just break down and like throw a tantrum because we're not getting what we need, right? And so when I first heard about this, I thought, well, I don't even know what it'll do for me. I'm not diabetic, or I'm not, insulin stuff. I don't have any of the things that people kind of usually, go along with low blood sugars or high blood sugars or whatever. I mean, I was just kind of like, whatever, I'll try it out. So when I did the monitor, I've always known, and I'm almost 50 years old. So that was a long time ago. And I learned really young how to listen to my body is all I knew. I don't go to the doctor very often. I never was tested or anything, but I just knew how to listen to my body and respond. So I knew to always carry snacks on myself. I always had to have protein and carbs in my meals. I mean, if anybody knows what that's like, you feel it and you learn how to listen to your body. And I just kind of was like, this is just what I'll be like for the rest of my life. It's not like devastating. It's just annoying, right? So I just kind of live my life like that. Well, when I got the monitor, and I had never really monitored my sugars before, about 4 to 5 times a day, it would alert me, and usually once or twice a day, because if you don't know what those are like, it connects to an app. The monitor tells the app what your levels are. And 1 or 2 times a day, it would go into what it called, like, I don't remember, like a danger zone or something, like alert, take action or something, right? So it would constantly dip all through the day, even in the middle of the night, 2 or 3 times. I actually got woke up the first couple nights because I didn't know you could turn the notifications off. So my body was constantly telling the monitor she's not getting what she needs and her sugars are too low. And then also, on the other hand, every time I ate, my sugars would spike not way above. So nothing danger zone, but outside of the normal range. So when you start seeing these pictures that people share of our results, our measurable results, you'll see kind of a red line on both ends. And if you go up above it, it kind of goes, ooh, that's not good. If it goes down below, it alerts you, says that's not good, right? So I would always spike above, not a ton, but I would spike above when I ate almost anything. If it was a heavier meal, it would spike higher. And it was only in the 200 range. So I know that people who have actual diagnosis of diseases and stuff like that, that you have much higher than that many times. But mine was always going up and down. And like anything else in your body, if you're having like a high and a low and a high and a low, you're dipping and right spiking constantly all day. That's not healthy for your body. I do know that much, right? So that ends up causing long-term problems with your body. And a lot of people end up becoming, I don't know, can we talk about that here? Because I know it's not, we're a private group here. We can become pre-diabetic or insulin resistant or anything like that, right? Those kind of things start evolving in our body over time. You know, I've been overweight. I have some skin tags. I have the little hump in my neck. I don't know if that's part of it, but I just know a lot of these things about getting heavier have to do with not our bodies not being as healthy as they need to be, right? So, and I've tried a lot of different diets and things, but you know, when I try diets or intermittent fasting and things like that, again, my blood sugars, they dip and I feel it and I get sick. I've literally like been so sick from trying to eat healthy or stay away from carbs or something that I remember waking up 3 o'clock in the morning, crawling up the stairs to go get a piece of bread, you know, because my body just says, no, don't do that. So, okay. Fast forward to when I started implementing the product into my system, into my body. Not only, and I can share later if you want, maybe in the comments of this live video, I'll share my actual picture of one of the ones that was the biggest piece for me. So the first time I actually monitored, I fasted overnight. So like had breakfast late, early lunch, right? So like 11 o'clock in the morning, I did Chick-fil-A. because I wanted to see what my body would really do with some carbs and, you know, stuff. So I had the mac and cheese and I had the chicken sandwich and I had a Coke. And my sugars shot up, of course, spiked up, and all through the day it was dipping, you know, like it would normally. And then the second day I did the exact same meal, exact same time, ate at the same time of the day, but I had 2 of the supplements about a half an hour before. And my whole day was very low, like just leveled out, right? And every single day from then on, I never dipped, not once for the entire 2 weeks that I took the supplement straight. Not once. Well, I guess I should say up to 10 days because the monitor lasted 10 days, but I never dipped below. It only spiked one time, barely above the normal range. And I had a 202 at the first one. If anybody knows anything about the numbers, I had the 202, I'm looking at my picture, and I had 163 was my second number. So your sugars are still going to go up and down somewhat. I found they never ever went below for me the whole entire time that I was monitoring it. They never dipped below, not one time. And it spiked one time when I had a heavier meal with like some carbs and some sugar and pizza or something like that, right? But 99% of the time they were in that normal range, just kind of going like this, whereas before it was up and then down and then up. And then you think about over the years, your whole life, you're doing that to your body. Like this is life changing for me. I know just from being back on it, I'm not craving sweets, which is weird for me because I'm always craving sweets after dinner, any kind of food with carbs or greasy food or anything like that. I always want sweets. I just 2 days in a row passed up dessert. So I didn't want any kind of dessert. It was just kind of like, it didn't really sound good. I'm not eating as much. It curbs your hunger. It curbs your appetite a little bit. So, I mean, those are the main things I've noticed. But the biggest thing for me is I haven't had that feeling of, where's my snacks? Did I have my snacks with me? You know, looking around for like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get sick if I don't eat. So that was the biggest takeaway for me, is not having the dips, you know, but I know for everybody's body's different. And it's just time for everybody to try it so you can see what it does for you.